Bound by Fate and Blood by Jenna O'Malley. The Merna Annals, Book 1.
Chapter 29, Nephtyri. The hall erupted in various reactions that left Nephtyri with a headache after leaving for her chambers. Sunlight approached, and planning took longer than she would have liked. They enjoyed the binding thread of tradition as elders, and it eliminated much infighting to do things the long way. She was thankful Temp Pesh could not attend in person, as she thought, though he would arrive in time to meet with Christian for sure. She brightened upon seeing the Scot pacing back and forth at the top of the stairs near her room. "Good morning," he bowed, testing the fit of Lee's tire choice. She fed up. "My apologies for being early. Seeing you brings me joy." He kissed the back of her hand. "May I join you?" "With pleasure." She led him to her chambers, locking them in magically with a flick of her wrist. Maria provided a London-themed feast for them to share. After he played the gentleman by pushing in her chair. Caring for her sated his homesickness, or so she assumed, and a filling meal wouldn't agitate her rolling indigestion further. Stress from the gathering was not the cause of her sour stomach. Instead, a lack of drinking blood would soon catch up with her. By habit and experience, she knew these signs were merely the beginning. Perhaps she could see Maria for a bottle of distilled blood, though supplies were low. So Nephtyri tried to focus past the initial stages of bloodlust. "Christian, tell me, have you enjoyed your reading?" "I know enough." His hand reached across the table between them, holding hers. "I apologize for not being more forward with the truth." "No, none of those words." His thumb swirled between her knuckles while he ate. Calming to his steady presence, encouraged her to chase food around her plate. "Bjorn nominated you to be judged fairly by the elders in our meeting, as it should be. I will prove myself to them." He sipped on the savory beer provided with the meal. "Is this another of Frey's inventions? The original recipe is from Egypt, but yes, it enticed him to brew and distill more drinks because of how easily it can be made. He would enjoy showing you one day." Her heart swelled at the thought of her eldest male turnling befriending Christian. She would gladly see them grow into a brotherhood. "Do you have questions for me, Christian? Are all 7 covens from royalty like you?" He refilled her glass. "No. Leek and Myrna, and Merna, and Draco Merna promote their elders based on honor and merit, not family bloodlines alone. Did you know Udan Shifera Asinwe?" "Sadly, no. My great-grandmother led our alliance a long time ago, and for, well, a long time. She did train her daughter, Magdalira, to ascend afterwards. I assume your mother, Setina, would have been next." "My mother died too young. The hunters saw her never ascending. Magdalira started training me as my mother mastered her craft." Christian's brow furrowed. "Why did she train you before her daughter died?" "For the same reason European monarchs should also train their spares to replace slain heirs. Life happens to Marina too, not just humans. When Magdalira went missing, we assumed her to be dead. The council thought it was best to put me in Abraxas, in protective exile at his suggestion, far removed from the guild's focus on the mainland. We did not know their connections ran so deeply in London." Christian replied. "So Rochelle gained her position as your proxy?" "I would not trust any other female. She is my first turnling, and she was a minor noble in her human life. She worked through Abraxas's ranks quickly. The council could not deny her. Nephtyri couldn't contain her pride. She has carried a heavy burden for too long, and she deserves reprieve. I fear others see her as a puppet." "I understand why. What happened tonight?" "Rochelle asked to step down, and the elders agreed to vote on her successor." He nodded, as if he would rise to the challenge of added pressure upon hearing the confirmation. He was committed this far, and after destroying his own ships, he did not have a desire to turn back. "You have hope working on your side. Shimon said he spoke with you about the results of your tests." "Silas is my father, but the Baroness is not my mother. Though I am certainly connected to Arya's line. The truth of my birth caused the manor to burn, did it not?" Nephtyri seemingly hated the painful expression he felt on his face. His hand clenched, around hers harder again. The level of self-hatred in him amplified with a burning tar smell. "Do not blame yourself," she pressed. "I intend to make the hunters pay for what they have done." He spat the words, but his voice softened into simmering anger. "I suspect they killed my father for my existence, being what it is in the long run. You might be right. The guild has been known to order hunters to remove fellow members who do not perform as told." She kissed the back of his hand to soothe vehement emotion. "Instead, destroy your enemies and avenge your siblings." He added, "The hunters do want me dead. I have no choice but to convince the elders to let me stay." "The alternatives aren't nice," she admitted. "I am glad you came to us. Then tell me your full name, my Shifera, so I may serve you properly." Her chest tightened around her galloping heart. "Nephtyri Liro Hotep Arsinwe Setina Thought Nakum. I understand why you insist on Nephtyri. As with the pharaohs, your family honors the multi-part name. For different reasons, your name is shortened to Christian Silas Alexander Sinclair. Well, if you want my name even shorter, Anna Karina would insist you call me Ian. Such a wonderful name. If it pleases you, it is so. If you wish. Names are bestowed upon us by others, and Anna Karina blessed you with a well-given one. I would be honored to call you as your sister did. But if it does not hurt you, I know you miss her. You honor my Anna. She would find you brave. Modesty painted her skin pink. What questions do you have still? None I cannot find in reading. Have I failed my son Walker so greatly? Do not give the council ideas, he murmured. Tell me more about your meeting. It sounds productive. She joined him for their last beer together. Frustrating, but yes, productive. Our masquerade will be in a few nights. You have faith in me, from the sounds of it, to perform well then. Thank you. You are an intriguing human. I sense you will do well if that is what you want. I would not choose to be anywhere else. I am glad. Another yawn crept into the edge of her voice, though she had been fighting it for a time. I think the seamstress should see you before. She aims to be back in time. She mentioned having started other items based on Lee's measurements, or so I'm told. Tailoring will happen as needed. He took the final bite of his meal, noting how little she ate by comparison. I should go. You deserve to rest. Duty distracts from the self. I will remind you to be more aware. He was sincere. Sunrise approaches. Join me for my first meal. Only if Maria cooks something you crave for us. He squeezed her hand when she nodded. I swear, I will see you smile more. She escorted him to the door with her face feeling warm. Permit me a silly question. Do most sailors prefer sunrises or sunsets? He didn't laugh at her as she thought he might. Instead, he was contemplative. Some sailors prefer the sunrise because it means they wake to live another day. And you? I prefer sunsets. Oh? He reached over the threshold to lift her chin. A similar warmth radiates in your soul. She watched in a spellbound daze as his lips brushed over her forehead, leaving her breathless. He whispered blessings of rest in Gaelic and left. She could only think, how does he expect me to sleep when my heart beats out of my chest?